Let's get these numbers back, because every time I think you guys are tapped, a big multiplier shows up overnight. No, lo and behold, $1,000 is floating out there that can come in at 3 o'clock in the morning. Who could have guessed? Who could have possibly known that that still existed out there? Not me. You look great.
I know you like this top. I love you.
You know what I like better than that top?
What?
No top. I tried, chat. I was trying to be cheeky.
Mm-hmm.
I win!
Have a good day.
I did. What are we doing? Blueprints? We found the original, yesterday we found the original manuscript for the Red Prince and the New Clue. And we discovered why they originally said it was too political. And now I am trying to, this next run, the goal will be to assemble the turbo sledge so that I can go break the wall in the corridor underneath the fountain. Why was it? Because the whole thing was a very thinly failed metaphor for hoping that the city of, or that the entity of Finn Ares would realize how brainwashed is surprisingly poignant right now. Hoping that the people of the political party in this imaginary world that were associated with the color red would wake up and realize that they had been brainwashed into fascism by telling the story of a red prince who loved the color red, but then one day discovered the soothing power of the color of blue. And the editor said it was too political, so the story ended up just being an affirmation of the Red Prince's love for the color red. What are we turbo hammering? I'll show you. I'm actually going to need more steps in the not so distant future. Your mom, Jesus. It's pretty funny though. It's pretty funny. Maybe I just have a sophomoric sense of humor, but that makes me giggle. Oh, that's funny. I need the boiler room. The boiler room's a the boiler room is a blue blueprint, right? Okay. I recognize that red door. Listen, once it dawned on me, once it dawned on me, I couldn't figure out how to get that door down there to open up. And then at one point I was in the boiler room down at the bottom looking for places to dig, and I looked up and saw that red box with the unit connector in front of it, and my brain exploded into fireworks where I was just like, no. Really? I could get fucking dementia, and if I saw one of those red doors, my brain would go, boiler room. Need the boiler room. Oh no! Oh, ba-dum-ba-bum. Well, I guess we can turn around and hit the old dusty trail. I want to go out to the trading post. I still want to finish the run, but I want to go out to the trading post. Is there any way I can trade back into microchips? I don't think I can. You have those keys? Yeah, I know. They are currently the car keys, the coin purse, and the compass. They are currently the car keys, the coin purse, and the compass. I'm gonna go see what the return policy is at the trading post. Hey man, Listen, this isn't exactly what I thought it would be. Could I get like store credit and those microchips back? That would be really cool of you. Is there a dig spot in here? Not a dig spot in here. All right. I need it to not be like a shield pig that hits me before I have a chance to go online. Don't crit me.
You can learn a lot from losing.
Ba-dum-ba-ba. Wow. You cheated on me when I specifically asked you not to. Ugh. Whew. If we hit that one, we have to call Noah for the next one. For the next part of this. Oh, baby. Don't mind if I do. I don't want to do drinks. Page 189. I need to see where it starts. Page 30, which is rice. To 189, which is bukumi, filled crescent duck. So 30 to 189. $121. Oisobagi, cucumber kimchi. Which can take up to 2 weeks to brine. But I guess I'm making my own kimchi. So, sadly not an insanely exciting dish to cook, but I'll be making my own kimchi for the first time, which is actually pretty exciting. I think. Oh, so angry. Way harder than I meant for it to be. Oh, these are store-bought potatoes. To be totally honest, between PAX and the Subathon, I really haven't had a chance to go look at the garden, so I don't really know what's going on out there. Amber's kind of keeping an eye on it. My friend Stacy was going to come over and look at it, but her kid got sick. Stacy's the friend with the greenest of thumbs out of our group, so... Taffy hasn't told us one in a long time, but I love the story about Amber and the vole from one of the first years in the house. Oh, are you talking about when we were moving in and we first saw the vole for the first time, when Amber was carrying in a box through the front door, and that vole was quite literally just sitting on the porch looking at her and standing in her way, and she was like, "Okay, excuse me, little guy," and it just stared at her, and she was like, "Okay, fear the hand of man," and he was like staring at her, and then eventually she had to use her foot and like tap him on the top of the head. And at that point he was like, "Oh, right, she's huge." And then he ran off. But like, yeah, for the first little bit, man, that guy just could not be bothered. Could not have cared less. Taff, how do you encourage family in the kitchen without getting frustrated? What do you do? What do you mean? Like, do I ask them to like asking them to come in and help? Because if I'm being honest with you, getting them to come help me really isn't all that hard. I just have to ask. Generally speaking, they... Oh, what tasks do you assign? Yeah, it's just sous chef type stuff. I mean, Amber has always been the extra set of hands to like prep veg and cut stuff up. Like, she doesn't mind prep. She just doesn't want to actually cook. It's not to say that she can't. She just would prefer not to. Grayson and Rory, generally speaking, because I don't ask them to do it very often, but Grayson and Rory get in on it almost I think out of the novelty of it. Like, they get excited that I've asked them to do stuff and that I'm trusting them with a knife. Yeah, Grayson's actually genuinely interested in learning how to cook. So of all the things I've had to fight them on, this is... being useful in the kitchen is usually not one of them. But yeah, Amber, we learned with Amber what she enjoys and what she doesn't. And what she enjoys, I mean, I wouldn't say enjoys, but what she tolerates doing is like food prep. And what she doesn't mind doing is she doesn't mind doing dishes, but she doesn't really much want to cook. So she doesn't necessarily have the patience for it. She calls it a 2-hour drive to see a 10-minute movie. And while I hate how accurate that is, I find it therapeutic. Uh-oh. Whew. What's my favorite dish to cook? I like anything that kind of takes a lot of, like, a long time and effort. So, like, for example, bolognese, or like a good chili. I like making food that your average home cook won't bother with because it's so much effort. So like every once in a while on a Sunday when I'm not streaming, I'll go out of my way to tackle something, like smoking meat in the Traeger, that kind of stuff. Like, I like things that take a long time. I'm stressed out like a son of a gun on Thanksgiving, but when it all comes together and it tastes good more often than not, and people pat me on the back even though I'm sweating through my clothes, I find that very enjoyable. I find that very gratifying. So, things that take a long time. I'll tell you what I am going to do. It tastes good.
Oh, shocker. This ironing board has a weird texture.
Maybe you shouldn't taste it.
That's all of it. Or I cleaned it, sorry. But there's taters coming out of the oven in a minute. So we also need Rory to eat first.
How gracious.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to eat and then go get dressed. And I gotta get you up to batting practice before the rest of us. Get cut to get you some.
Cut this little fat cap off. It's making it difficult. I do like the way you giggle. I like the way you kiss too. I'm not gonna kiss. I'm not gonna kiss quietly because it makes you uncomfortable that your parents still love each other. You could have had my parents.
Well, your parents are very nice to me.
Yeah, they're very polite to each other too, like roommates. I think my dad. I think Papa's still with Nana because he just doesn't want to figure out how to do laundry. And Nana stays with Papa because she's too good of a Christian woman to let him go die in the snow somewhere. I went out to get the mail and got lost. Then I froze to death. Well, Mr. Caps, that is the dumbest thing we've heard at the pearly gates today.
Hi there.
Hey there, I just looked down at the clock and saw that it was the 19th, so I just called to wish you guys a happy anniversary.
Your dad looked at the calendar this morning. He says, have we been married 53 years today? And I said, yes. And he says, happy anniversary.
Nice.
And then he came outside while I'm doing yard work, getting ready for you and Tony. And he says, well, I didn't get you any presents, so I'm gifting you my presents.
Wow, lucky you. What do you get for the girl who has everything?
He's standing here grinning.
This is the story of the newest denizen of
What
the
do you get
cave.
the girl who has everything? Oh, you let her stand around Brad Caps while she works. That's happy 53rd anniversary, Marcia. I love you, Dad, but you realize you're kind of a schmuck, right? Go get yourself something nice. Oh shoot, that's funny. You'll never guess whose favorite charity streamer got reprimanded for shit talking the umps. They were terrible. Game was rough, man, in the beginning. Game was rough in the beginning. Some of our kids were rusty from not playing for like a week and a half because of rain cancellations. This game was supposed to happen like last week. So we gave up 3 in the first, which we really shouldn't have. It should have been 2 routine ground outs. And balls just slid out of the infield because people weren't getting their gloves down. Oh, dude, El Pablo, like, this one ump all season has been calling strikes that are down by their ankles. The dude's strike zone goes, instead of going from like nipples to mid-thigh, this dude's strike zone goes from like belly button to like low shin. And it just means that, like, every swing would be like down like a golf swing. And I mean, honestly, the pitcher on the other team was really good. So, like, all credit to him. But I didn't really lose it. I was kind of hassling I was kind of heckling the home plate ump because the balls and strikes were terrible. But I didn't get reprimanded until one of our kids got hit by a pitch. Pitch hit him in the thigh. I mean, that's the thing, right, El Pablo? Like, here's the thing. I used to do that. I used to get paid $25, $35 as a 18, 16, 17-year-old to go down and ump these games, right? I'm not trying to be that guy. But for the most part, I ate it. Bad calls on strikes and balls. A little something slipped out now and again, but nothing outside the realm of propriety. But then we had one of our kids get hit by a pitch. And he literally limped down to first base. And the home plate umpire goes, I didn't see it. And he references out to the guy in over at second. He references over to the guy at second, and the guy at second goes, I didn't see it either. And this kid is like fighting back tears because he can barely stand on his left leg. And they're like, yeah, you got to come back, man. We didn't see you get hit. And that was the point where I got reprimanded. And Amber made sure to walk me out of the ballpark the opposite direction of where the umpires were. Because then the kid went back up and struck out because he was batting on one leg. During the post-game huddle, they had to essentially carry him out to right field for the post-game team wrap-up. And then they had to carry him back. And one of the coaches, the first base coach, walked out and was like, what are we doing? Why are you sending them back? And the umpire in the field was like, we're not doing this, coach. We're not doing this. And I got in trouble for saying, calling the game correctly? You're right. We're not doing this. But Amber calmed me down. She's like, if Rory's not upset and had a good time, then don't be the asshole who makes it about him. And I was like, that's a fair point. Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna be shocked, Nate, to find out that when Noah came up with the idea of he and I thrown together in the same hat, I said, yeah, we could do that. Whose name do we put it under? And he was like, oh, I've already made the campaign under mine, so I guess it would be under my name.
What I want, you've got, and it might be hard to handle, but like a flame that burns a candle, the candle feeds the
One. It is a 3X night.